this segment of Keith's Clubhouse, the segment of Keith's Corner where we're talking nothing but straight sports. And today, it's another boxing edition of Keith's Clubhouse. Now, I told y'all on the last Clubhouse that I did talking about boxing that I will come back in October and talk about the rest of the fights, the rest of the way for the last quarter of 2022. And man, it is stacked. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. This weekend, the weekend of October 15th, we have the rescheduled match with Claressa Shields. I previously gave my prediction on this match before this fight was postponed due to the death of the Queen. So it's going to take place this weekend. I'll give my prediction again. Claressa Shields won't even be close. Good for her because I think they rescheduled this match, and the winner of this match gets like some type of like belt that's themed after the Queen, whatever. I think it's just like a monetary thing, whatever. Good for Claressa Shields, but she's the top of the game in women's boxing, so this won't even be close. Same day, Deontay Wilder makes his return after losing his trilogy fight with Tyson Fury against Robert Helenius, and a lot of people think this is going to be a terrible fight, and I somewhat agree. I think it'll be okay. Helenius isn't a total cab driver, total soup can. I'll give him 7 rounds. I'll give him 7 rounds before maybe that. I don't know. Some of y'all consider that a bad fight. I'll give him 7 rounds. I think he'll stick around there, but after that, he's going tonight. And the big match, the rematch between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. I say it's a big match, but honestly, to be honest, I'll watch it because of who's in this fight, but I'm mad that it's happening again. Devin Haney should be moving on to something bigger and better by now. George Kambosos was smart to put this rematch in his clause because honestly, this is probably the biggest he'll get. After he beat Teofimo Lopez, he got a big head. He got that Andy Ruiz syndrome, and it seemed like he just let it all go to his head, and it really showed when he came in against Devin Haney. He did not look prepared at all. But in all honesty, I mean, he's been preparing. He's been training hard, supposedly, for this training camp, for this fight. And to be honest, I don't even think it was the fact that he wasn't training. He let it all that. I think he just got exposed. I don't think George Kambosos was. He's just not on this level. Devin Haney is at the top, and Kambosos is just somebody that just maybe not even a gatekeeper status, just somebody that will be good for people stepping up in weight to test themselves against. So to be honest, I mean, I don't expect this fight to go any different than what the first one. Maybe Kambosos, because he's been training hard, will win one more round. He'll stick in it. He's a fighter. He'll stick in it. Devin Haney by decision. And then we have going down towards the end of October, we got to talk about it. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good test for Jake Paul. It's also a good test for Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva obviously is a more experienced fighter. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, only like his 3rd professional boxing fight. He's looked great. He's looked great as a boxer. But I'm gonna take Jake Paul. Just age and it's still not being Anderson Silva's primary sport. I'm gonna take Jake Paul. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but Jake Paul, will it be a knockout? Man, I'm gonna say yeah. Unfortunately, but I think I don't think it's gonna be Tyron Woodley status. Jake Paul's not going to chop him down like a tree like that, but I think Anderson Silva will be looking good. Like Anderson Silva would do Anderson Silva things. He's going to start looking good. He's going to get into a flow, and then he's going to start showboating. Jake Paul will catch him, and he'll get rocked, and then he'll eventually get knocked out. How long that will take, I don't want to say 7 again, because that's what I said with the Deontay Wilder fight. But I will say 7. I'm pretty sure I don't know how many rounds this is set for, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least a 10 rounder. So I will say 7. Jake Paul KO in 7. I gotta go back to the Deontay Wilder fight because there is a good undercard. On the undercard of the Deontay Wilder fight, we have Caleb Plant against Anthony Durrell, which I think is going to be a good underrated fight. To be honest, it might even be a better fight than the actual Wilder fight itself. I like Caleb Plant, I really do. I'm not sure if he's had another fight since his loss to Canelo. He might have had another fight. I like Caleb Plant. Great boxer, great all-around boxer. I just think Anthony Durrell, he looked good in his last fight. This one's a toss-up. I think this one can go either way. I'm gonna say Durrell with the upset though. This one's really tough to call. I'll say Durrell with the upset in 9. Maybe I should go decision, but no, fuck it. I'm gonna say 9. Lock that in. Anthony Durrell with the upset. KO over TKO over Caleb Plant in the 9th. All right. Now let's jump back ahead. And then we have, where are we at? On October 9th, Joseph Diaz, aka Jojo Diaz, against William Cepeda. I think this is gonna be a better fight than what most people think too. I think they're gonna go back and forth, but at the end of the day, Jojo Diaz is more elite. Jojo Diaz in 8. And also October 29th, Vasily Lomachenko. Lomachenko makes his return after a really long layoff defending his home country of the Ukraine, which a lot of people think, like when he first signed on to fight Jermaine Ortiz, a lot of people was like, why is he fighting them? Why is he not fighting somebody like a Devin Haney or Tank or Ryan Garcia? And to be honest, I think this is a good tune-up fight for him. Who knows where he's at mentally, physically? I mean, Vasily Lomachenko is he's on a whole other level. So I think this is a good comeback fight for him, and we'll see how it goes. But I think if he comes out looking strong from this fight will definitely set him up for one of those bigger names in the future, hopefully near future. I'm gonna say Loma and 11. And then going off into, now we're in November, Demetrio Bivol against Gilberto Ramirez. I think this is going to be a really good fight too. This is 2 Clash of the Titans. Somebody else coming off of a fight from Canelo is Bivol. Looked really good. The world knows his name now. They know who Bivol is. But people are going to learn who Gilberto Ramirez is in this fight, and he'll come out looking strong. He'll look good, and that's why people will get turned on to who he is. He's a good fighter. But Bivol in 10. And for November, as far as notable fights, Floyd Mayweather, another one of his dumbass expeditions. Who gives a shit about that? We have Robon against Vitor Belfort. Robon was supposed to be one of the guys, one of the ones that stepped in to fight Jake Paul, and it didn't fall through. The guy is Vitor Belfort, as y'all know, is a UFC legend. I think this is his boxing debut, and to be honest, this can go either way because Vitor Belfort is obviously it's not his sport. I'm pretty sure this is his boxing debut, and it's not like he's taking on very, very stiff competition. Robon would have got his ass stomped by Jake Paul. That may or may not be saying a lot, but I will. Belfort is a fighter. Belfort is a fighter, and Robon, there's a reason why he wasn't on the radar for anybody before the Jake Paul fight. So I'll take Vitor Belfort. To be honest, I don't even know how many rounds this one would be scheduled. I can't imagine it being that many. Maybe 5 to 10 rounds, whatever it is. I won't make a prediction on the round, but Belfort with the win. And that's pretty much it for right now. So there are a lot of talks that the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight has been made for November. So just in case, as of right now, it has not been official, but let's say just as of right now, my prediction for this fight, I'm gonna take Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford. I think him being ambidextrous and being able to switch hit will. I think Errol Spence will have problems adjusting to that. I think Errol Spence is the more powerful fighter, and if he catches Bud, Bud could hurt Bud, but he's got to catch Bud. And Bud doesn't take a lot of punishment in his fights. Bud is quicker, and he's going to be doing a lot of sticking and moving, switching from southpaw to orthodox. And I think it's going to give Errol Spence fits. I think he's going to get frustrated. So I will take Bud. I don't see Spence going to sleep though. So it'll be Bud by decision, which will probably set up another rematch somewhere down the line next year. Bud by 12. And then I just read recently, right before I recorded this, that supposedly I think Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis both tweeted out that their fight is a done deal. I haven't seen any official word, can't go off of tweets, but I will give my prediction now just in case that does come to fruition. I'm pretty sure if it does, that fight will probably be in December. And I'm going to go ahead and go with Tank. I don't put anybody above Tank in that division. Ryan Garcia will give him a little bit of fits, not so much because of his height. Tank Davis has already proved against Mario Barrios, shout out to the San Antonio Warrior, that the height, doesn't bother him. But I think what will bother Tank is the speed. Not only does Ryan Garcia have the height advantage, he's definitely got the speed advantage, and he does have some pop to him. I don't think he has as great of knockout power as what some people say he does. He does have some really great knockouts on his resume, but you got to look at the competition at who those knockouts came against. I think Tank will be able to withstand the power of Garcia. I think the speed will give him fits, but I think eventually he's going to catch Ryan Garcia slipping. And Garcia's been down before. And I think he's going to try to protect that pretty boy face of his, and he will go down. And when he gets rocked and he goes down, I don't see him. He'll get back up. I don't see him being 100%. I will say Tank in 9. 10. 9. Tank in 9 by KO. But that's all for here. We're done talking boxing for the rest of the year, so I will come back and we will review everything at the end of the year, see how I did on my predictions, and we'll talk about the upcoming fights for the new year. I appreciate y'all posting up with your boy. I'm Keith, and you just got cornered.